Okay, so I put in the water pump. I just finagled it in. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a water pump and thermostat replacement on my E92 N55 engine. Now before I start, I wanted to make this video because I've been looking online, all of YouTube, whatever. I couldn't find a good video that was specifically for my N55 2011 to 2013 E92 engine. I saw a bunch for N54, whatever. I bought something, a whole kit directly from FCP Euro. It came to me within like 4 days, which is ridiculous. I'm in Canada, they're from the States, and they were able to ship it to me relatively quickly. I got it, and it's the entire kit. Everything came with it, from the 3 bolts to mount up the water pump, obviously the thermostat, the water pump, and the coolant that I would need to replace inside my car. So if you're interested in any of that, they helped me out, so I want to help them out in return. I'm gonna directly put their link down below in the description box, so you could go straight to their page and buy it off them. But I'm also gonna have, because I did pay a lot for shipping in Canada. If you live in Canada, I have some other options. It's the same companies besides FCP Euro. It's actually called a VRO, water pump and thermostat, whatever. I'm gonna have their links for Amazon.ca and .com. I'm also going to be putting that all down below, and as well as all other tools I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be linking down in the description box below, so you guys don't have to go far searching for tools that you're going to need to do this job if you plan on doing it. Now, I know I have to change these two things because one, well, it's notorious for my particular car that I have here. Secondly, I got the infamous yellow light on my dash. It came up, said my car was overheating. Yellow means, after looking on Google and everything, it means that my engine's running hot. So what ended up happening is I actually went into limp mode, and I literally, the car went 5 kilometers an hour. I went into the parking lot, put the heaters on full blast, and it cooled the engine down enough to get me home. I haven't driven it for over a week. I finally got my parts. Now today's the day that we're gonna do the install. Now let's get straight into it. So I already took out all the pieces in the front of the car for the water shield, and I took that out. I using an 8mm. Another thing, since I'm at it, for N55 engines, you don't need to take out the secondary water shield in the back. You only need to take out the front one. So let's say the car is right here. Everything you're gonna need is gonna be found directly in the front of the car. So right up there, the black piece is with the lines on it, whatever, is the actual thermostat, and oh fuck, it died. And this right here is the water pump. So to gain access to all of it, we're gonna have to remove the power steering lines. I'm gonna remove the sway bar. That you're gonna need a what is it? I'm gonna need a half, and then I'll finally have access to the thermostat and the water pump right here. Shit. Alright, so while that's draining, I opened the cap for the reservoir tank here, and I opened the bleeder screw here so as much coolant as possible could come out of the car and drain into my drain pans down there below. But what I wanted to do is come here and take a look at what we're dealing with so we know where everything on the car is, so we can replicate it by looking at here. So quickly looking here, we can see that we have 1, 2, and 3 bolts right at the top here that all bolt up to the engine bay using a star bolt like this one here, and this is a size E12. So the way this mounts up, it's like this. So we just finished taking off the sensor that's here and the piece that comes out of here, so that means we're left with this one up here for the thermostat. For this, however, the water pump, this is where we're gonna have a bit more trouble. It's gonna be a bit more annoying. I'm gonna try to take this out first, and then I'll have more room to work with this one. This tube that comes out of here, it does like a U and it comes into here. So I'm gonna remove that, but then all I need to do after that is remove the last tube right here that goes directly into the water pump, and then I'm gonna have to remove this, and I don't know how well I can show you guys, but basically that's the gist of it. Okay, so holy shut the fuck up. Oh my god. Anyway, so I was getting nervous at the bottom, so I came up here and I took off the reservoir tank for all the coolant. It started leaking out, so I just put a little rag here to hold it. All I had to do was take off 2 bolts. I don't know what it is, 2 bolts right here using a using a size 10 socket. They came off. I put it to the side, and then to remove this hose that came to it that goes all the way down, that I was struggling with, that was in my way. There's a little clip there, or is it right there? And all you have to do is that tab at the top, you push in towards the engine, and the other one was literally just gonna come out. So now I'm gonna route this down, and I'm gonna go down there and grab, oh, it's leaking all kinds. So now that this is here, I'm just gonna take it out of my way. So I finally took that off. There was no way of getting it. I was stripping the bolt. Here anyway, so that I'll put a new one on, it doesn't matter. But under the car, things are starting to look up. So I finally took this hose up here off of where it was connected right here, and now what I'm planning to do now is take with the E12, take these 2 bolts off plus the one that is right up top. Alright, so for an update, so far this is where we're at. So I removed 2 bolts that were here. I actually ended up removing the thermostat from the water pump just because I wanted to get to the bolt again that was all the way in the back up here. So what I'm gonna do again now is break this pin off somehow, remove that bolt, pull this a bit forward, reach my hand through to undo the last tube that's in the back onto the water pump that's like this way, like this, and then I should remove all this out, and then we'll be on to the process of putting everything, all the new parts back
tomorrow.
Alright, so last you saw of me, my camera actually died. I was probably taking out both pieces. I have them both out today. This is the thermostat, the water pump here. So basically what I had to do is what I said. I took out first the clip on the water pump, and then I was able to take out this hose, so that I was able to take out this hose that connected to the thermostat here, and then I first took out the thermostat all in one piece like this. I was able to wiggle it out, and then I had enough space to properly deal with the water pump, and then this finally all came out last night. And what I did overnight to remind me where everything goes, everything that had to connect to The thermostat, I put green, and everything that had to connect to the what's it called, the water pump, I left bare. But there's not much connecting to the water pump. There's this connector right here, and there's that hose that connects to the water pump, and that's it. Everything else just connects to the thermostat. Actually, to help me get this connector out from the water pump, I actually had to undo this stiffening plate that is found under my car. I undid them all. I think they're 17s, whatever it is. I undid them just so I have enough access to come through from behind here. I don't have much space left on my SD card here, so I don't know how much I'm gonna show you guys. Probably I'm gonna show you guys like accomplishments after I put in one piece after another. So for now, what I'm gonna do the inverse of what I did yesterday. First, the water pump, I'm gonna put it in. I won't bolt it in, but I am gonna put on the brackets. No, the brackets. The couplers. I'm gonna put on the couplers, tighten them down. I'm gonna plug in the connector, then fish in the thermostat, put everything back together, then do the complete inverse of all the lines that I have running here. So power steering, the water, the coolant lines, and the sway bar. I'm gonna put everything back the opposite of the way I put everything on, obviously, and we should be done. And one other thing before I start, this flexible magnet from Tecton that I bought on Amazon was literally one of my best tools I've ever bought in my life. The amount of times in the past day alone that I've lost bolts or they got stuck somewhere and I couldn't get them, this thing saved me every single time. I'm going to be linking it down in the description box below, so be sure to pick it up. And all the tools that I'm going to be linking down below bring you directly to the website and to the link that they're going to be, that you could buy them at. And obviously anything you buy is a kickback on me, so I would appreciate it. Okay, so I put in the water pump. I just finagled it in. And I connected that hose on top. You see the new clamp or whatever you want to call it there. And from the stiffening plate here, I was able to, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see the red wires. It connects to the back of the water pump right there. What's left to do now is the thermostat. I'm going to put it back up there and put all the hoses with the green tape up to it, and then all the connections, and then I'm going to hardwire it onto those 2 bolts there, then thermostat, those 3 bolts, and we should be off. We should be good. We're almost done, finally. Anyways, let me get to it. Okay, so another little update here. I have the back lines that are connected to the thermostat. I don't know if I said that yet. I have the entire water pump plugged in, well, with the bolts. I use the E12, the star socket. You need to get that. So 1, 2, and the third one up there. I got to it with a swivel and a longer extension. Now I'm gonna put in my 10 millimeter bolts to secure up the water pump. No, the thermostat to the water pump right here. Then I'm gonna plug in this, connect this clamp up to here, and the way you know it's clamped is if you push it all the way in and you hear a clicking sound. And then this hose I'm gonna fish all the way back up. I'm gonna plug it into there and up to the filler bottle at the top. Alright, so under the car everything is fastened, all the connections are in, like this one, the one in the back for the water pump. Before I actually put everything back, I want to first put a bit of coolant at the top in the reservoir tank, let it go down a bit, and I want to see if there's any leaks or anything going wrong with the car. There shouldn't, but right now we're practically done the install. Over here I popped the bleeder screw so that I know that once it passes this screw and it starts to leak out, I'll know that my coolant is full. And obviously then I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna do the bleeding process inside. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is how you properly 100% do the water pump and thermostat replacement on your E92 335i with the N55 engine. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please drop a like and share it with someone who is in need of the same project. So consider looking at my videos. I have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of DIYs specifically for this car. So if you're interested, subscribe and stay tuned because I got plenty more stuff in terms of power coming. Always remember to drive what drives you, and I will definitely be catching you guys in the next video. Peace.